My young Caucasian wife invited her two exes on a trip I paid for, so I canceled the entire vacation and flew to Italy without her.
I didn't realize my marriage was ending until we were standing at the airport and the gate agent told my wife her reservation didn't exist. Jessica's face twisted like she'd just been personally betrayed by the universe, but the truth was far less cosmic. Her universe had finally stopped being funded. I'm Marcus, 39 years old, a software engineer with the deeply unfortunate talent of becoming everyone's personal ATM. Jessica and I had been married for 8 years, and for 8 years I mistook being drained for being needed. She was beautiful. Instagram beautiful. The kind of woman who curated her life like an art gallery, yoga poses at sunrise, gratitude quotes, beach pictures with captions about my king, while in real life, her king was responsible for every bill, every emergency, every whim. Her mother, Linda, mastered the art of emotional terrorism disguised as hospitality. She'd show up uninvited, criticize everything from my cooking to my DNA, and somehow make it sound like I should be grateful for the feedback. Tyler, her brother, was 30, had a garage band with less talent than ambition, and performed at places you only end up in if Google Maps glitches. Still, like an idiot, I planned a family trip to the Bahamas at Jessica's suggestion, which, in Jessica speak, meant, invite my mother and brother, and Marcus, you pay for everything without complaining. I booked a 5-star resort, business-class flights, excursions, spent hours making it perfect. She looked at the reservations and accused me of being cheap. That was the first spark. The explosion came later. Linda invited us over for dinner to finalize details. Her house smelled like artificial flowers and judgment. We sat at the table, Jessica, Linda, her brother Tyler, and his crystal-selling girlfriend Amber, while I tried to play along like the dutiful provider. Then Linda tapped her wine glass. Always a bad sign. Jessica blurted out that she'd invited Brad, her ex-boyfriend, on the trip. And before I could blink, Linda added that her ex-husband, Scott, was coming too. I genuinely checked the kitchen for hidden cameras. No normal household intentionally recreates the ghosts of relationships passed on a family vacation. I'm paying for this, I reminded them. Jessica shrugged. It's just a trip. No, it was a trap, a test, a declaration that nothing I felt mattered. I walked out, calm, quiet, done. At home, while she slept upstairs, I canceled every reservation. The flights, the resort, the tours, one click at a time. Each cancellation felt like a stitch being removed from a wound I'd ignored for years. When everything was reversed, I dropped all the receipts into the family group chat with one sentence. Trips off, no refunds. Enjoy the silence. Then I booked myself a one-way ticket to Florence, alone, the next morning. Jessica acted like I'd burned down the Vatican. She screamed about the canceled trip, accused me of ruining everything, claimed I was overreacting. She had invited 2 exes on a trip I was paying for, but I was the dramatic one. While she spiraled, I quietly called my lawyer and initiated divorce proceedings. Clean cut, no reconciliation, no more funding chaos. Then the airport meltdown happened. Jessica and her entire circus showed up expecting luxury. Emma, Tyler's secretly intelligent girlfriend, sent me videos. Linda was screaming at gate staff. Brad was wearing aviators indoors like a discount action hero. Scott threatened the desk agent and hurt his own hand slamming the counter. Tyler blamed Mercury in retrograde. When the agent announced all reservations had been canceled days ago, the look on Jessica's face made every hour of trip planning worth it. They trended on TikTok as #AirportApocalypse. Comments roasted them like chestnuts on an open fire. When your sugar daddy cancels your trip? When you treat your husband like Expedia with emotions? I watched those clips while sipping espresso in Florence. It tasted like justice. Then Emma sent the final puzzle piece. Jessica had been plotting to ditch me on the trip with both exes to make me jealous. Brad had bragged about it. Scott was in on it. They weren't planning a vacation. They were planning humiliation. Instead, humiliation chose them. With my lawyer's help, we froze accounts, documented every misused dollar, and filed claims. Linda had secretly spent nearly $9,000 from my business account on Botox and overpriced lunches. 6 months later, the settlement hit like thunder. I got everything. Jessica owed me $42,000 in repayment. Linda's scam boutique collapsed. Scott was arrested for unpaid alimony. Brad fled to Idaho to find himself. Tyler cut ties with his family. Got a real job producing jingles and occasionally messages me to say, "You're the hero they deserved." Jessica launched a social media victim campaign, black and white selfies, heartbreak quotes, emotional monologues. It lasted 2 weeks before people found the court documents. Her follower count dropped faster than my patience used to. Then she mailed a letter. 3 sentences. "You were right. I'm sorry. It was never about the trip." I read it once, placed it in a drawer, and closed it gently. Not out of sentiment. Out of closure? Now? I live in Milan, small apartment overlooking a canal, freelance work, endless espresso, actual peace. There's a woman at the cafe near my place, Sophia, smart, witty, beautiful. She makes my coffee before I ask, calls me the sarcastic American, and laughs like life didn't teach her to be afraid of joy. We sit by the water. We talk about nothing important and everything important. She once said I look peaceful now. She's right. For 8 years, I was the family wallet, the problem solver, the emotional punching bag. Now, I'm just a man living quietly, lovingly, fully. A man who canceled a trip and accidentally rediscovered himself in the process.